Well, that's good that the check was on.
Oh,
Shania Brown's grandmother.
okay,
She graduated just a few years ago.
okay, yeah. I thought you were saying that her grandmother's like me.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, good Lord. She aged great. She was a young.
Call to order this meeting of the Hopkinsville Board of Discussion. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we got one matter before the board today. That's the BZA 24-7-1. Richards.
Thank you, Chairman. As always, I'm going to start by reading the request. The applicant, Herbert and Lori Brown, are requesting a conditional use permit to allow for the establishment of a home occupation which will engage in child care services, a daycare of 10 children. The property in question is located at 526 Linda Drive, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The property is zoned R3, 1 and 2 family residential district. A conditional use permit is required prior to the establishment of a business daycare within a home. As always, I'm going to show you at first the zoning map, and the property that we're in question today is highlighted in red. You can see it's in a large R3. I'm just going to show you a few pictures of the property. This is looking at it looking at the property from Linda Drive. I'm going east. Just looking down Linda Drive. Across the adjoining property owners across the street. This is looking west. And this just is a picture, I'll keep that up for now, a picture of the driveway. The property in question is located on Linda Drive, and Linda Drive is classified as a local street, but it provides access to Lafayette Road. Traffic counts for Lafayette Road near the subject property is 9,742 trips per day. The daycares have the potential to create approximately 4.48 trips per day per student. So based on the number of students, this use has the potential to generate approximately 44.8 trips per day. So some unique features of this request. The applicant was granted a conditional use permit in 2010 under BZA 10-12-1, allowing the placement of a daycare at the same address. The daycare was discontinued around 2013. The applicant was also granted a conditional use permit in 2019 under BZA 19-1-1, allowing the placement of daycare at the same address. This daycare was never established. The applicant is requesting that the use be reestablished at this location. In 2019, the request was for 12 children at 24 hours per day, and it was approved. This request is fewer children at 10. In reviewing an application for a conditional use permit, it is important to take into account the degree and type of uses being proposed. The applicant has detailed on pages 10 through 12 of your staff report how the establishment, maintenance, and operation of the proposed use will not be detrimental to the health, safety, peace, morals, comfort, or general welfare of persons or property in the vicinity or city. The applicant is here, and they may wish to elaborate more in the public hearing. Based on the information provided by the applicant, the conditional use permit will have the following characteristics. It will allow for the establishment of a daycare at the property at 526 Linda Drive. The property in question is about 0.35 acres in area. The proposed daycare facility will enroll 10 children. The proposed daycare facility will operate Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day with 2 shifts. The proposed daycare will employ 3 employees, which are the applicant, her husband, and a substitute, which is her daughter. Ingress, egress to the property is provided through existing drive off Linda Drive. And finally, the proposed facility will have a fenced play area located in the rear of the property, as you can see on the diagram in front of you. On page 3 is the department head comments. The ones that we received have had no concerns. The only other one that I've received since writing the staff report was from HWEA, and there was no concerns there. The staff has analyzed the application subject to the Hopkinsville zoning ordinance. There are conditional use standards which all conditional uses should meet, and I'll go over those briefly with you. Number 1, a conditional use permit is required prior to the establishment of a business daycare within a home. Concerning being harmonious with the comprehensive plan, the comprehensive plan, under certain conditions, make provisions to review commercial activities, and if compatibility is determined, allowed commercial activities in residential districts only if the proposed land use does not pose potential adverse attributes. The staff believes that problems such as loss of privacy, increased traffic, and increased density could result in potential adverse impacts. Several mitigating factors, however, may be associated with the applicant's request. For one, the applicant has been operating at this location since 1999, on and off, of course. And the staff can find no evidence of any complaints while the daycare was in operation. Both daycares were in operation. Will the use be designed, constructed, operated, and maintained as to be harmonious and appropriate in appearance with existing or intended character of the general vicinity? The applicant has indicated that the post daycare facility will operate in 2 shifts, Monday through Sunday, 24 hours a day. In the past, the staff has not recommended a home-based daycare operating as late as 12 a.m. The staff has recommended operating no later than 7 p.m. According to information supplied by the applicant, the reason for the extended hours of operation is to accommodate parents for occasional parents' night out and parents that work 12-hour shifts. As I had said before, the case BZA 19-1-1 was approved by this board in 2019 at a 24-hour running time. The board, however, may wish to request additional information from the applicant regarding the extended hours of operation. Concerning will it not be hazardous or disturbing to existing or future neighborhood uses? Based on the site sketch provided by the applicant and site visits conducted by the staff, the area to be used for ingress egress onto Linda Drive is an existing drive, and the staff does not believe the operation of this daycare to be a hazard or disturbing to the surrounding area. The site plan, as I stated before, depicts an outdoor play area to be provided in the rear yard of the property. This proposed outdoor play area is fenced, and the applicant has indicated that the outdoor area will be used twice a day at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. So as such, the staff has no concerns. Dealing with off-street parking areas, the parking spaces required for daycare centers are 2 parking spaces per attendant or teacher, plus 1 off-street loading space per 6 children enrolled. This criteria would require a minimum of 6 parking spaces. The staff has reviewed the site plan and submitted by the applicant and performed on-site inspections and believes there to be adequate area on site to provide the required number of parking spaces. And finally, the general compatibility with adjacent properties and other properties in the district. The staff believes that problems such as loss of privacy, increased traffic, and increased density could result in potential adverse impacts. However, the mitigating factors that may be associated with this request is the applicant has been operating at this location since 1999, and the staff can find no evidence of any complaints while the daycare was in operation. Therefore, the staff is forwarding a favorable recommendation to the BZA for the applicant's request based on the findings of fact in the staff report. We do recommend that the approval be contingent upon the applicant's compliance with conditions listed on page 8 of your staff report, which is 1 through 14. If you have any questions, I'd be glad to try to answer them. And also the applicant is here if there's something I can't answer.
Any questions from the board for staff? Okay, at this time, we give the opportunity for anyone that wants to speak in favor of this recommendation. You have the opportunity to do so. If you want to speak, come up to the podium, state your name and your address for the record.
Hello. My name is Lori Brown, and I am the person who is requesting the daycare. The child care is say 10 children, but it will be 6 children. I can have up to 10 children with 4 being related to me. So it's not necessarily that I'm going to have 10 children. I have done, the reason in 2019 when I came and I got approved, I didn't open because I ended up being a foster parent, nothing that I planned on doing, but a situation came up with a young lady that needed some help. She was gonna go to rehab, and the person backed out in keeping her children. So my husband and we kept her children for her to go to rehab. And I didn't want to open a daycare because I really didn't know those children. So I put everything on hold. And then after we kept them, we had them about a year, a little over a year. And we just took a break, and I just stayed at the hospital, and I work at the hospital now. So we've never had a complaint. What sparked my interest again is I went through Focus 21. It's a deficit with children, childcare. I have a young lady that had to quit and go PRN. When she was pregnant, she got on the list for childcare. She had her child, and she is still on the list for childcare. So she went from a full-time position at the hospital to a PRN position because she did not have proper childcare to take care of her children. Now, it'll be small, but at least it will be a family that will be able to go to work, go to school, or do whatever they have to do. I'm an upholding citizen, so I'm not a person that's gonna have loud cars or anything. I respect my neighbors. I've been in the neighborhood forever. So I love children. My future goal after this is to have a building again. And then that way, when I retire, I'm getting to that age. When I retire, I would actually probably take it out of my home and have a building to where I could be there at all times and man it. You have any questions for me?
Any question by any members of the board for the applicant? Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak in favor of this application? At this point, we normally ask for people that won't oppose the application, but in that only people present are staff and the applicant. There's no one to speak against the application. Anything else from the board? Not. This hearing for BZA-24-71 is now closed. Okay, we'll proceed on, call this meeting to order. Can we have a roll call?
Faye Hendricks.
Here.
Catherine Latham.
Here.
Betty Esters Brody.
Here.
Arnold Lynch.
Here.
Logan Kirkman.
Here.
And we have a quorum.
Okay, the first item of business as usual is to review and approve the minutes from the last meeting. They were sent out. Hopefully everybody's had an opportunity to go over them. Is there a motion forthcoming as it relates to the minutes from our last meeting?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes. However, there needs to be a correction on the second by Logan Kirkman on BZA 24-5-1. in his name. See that where I'm talking about Constance?
Yes.
So I'll make the motion, we approve the minutes with that correction.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, no old business, correct? All right, the new business for the board is BZA 24-7-1. The applicants Herbert and Lori Brown are requesting a conditional use permit to allow for the establishment of a home occupation which will engage in child care services, daycare of 10 children. Property in question is located at 526 Linder Drive, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. The property is zoned R3, that's 1 and 2 family residential district. A conditional use permit is required prior to the establishment of a business daycare within a home. Okay, what is the board's pleasure on this matter?
I move that we issue the conditional use permit, provided they follow all of the conditions set by the staff, all 14 points.
Second.
Your findings of fact.
Fact would,
those
yes.
Reflected in staff report.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
That amendment on the motion, are we prepared to vote? Roll call?
Faye Hendricks,
Yes.
Catherine Latham,
Yes.
Betty Esters Brody,
Yes.
Logan Kirkman,
Yes.
Okay.
It was from Betty.
Ms. Brody.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, the motion is carried. Is there any other business for the board at this time? All right, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
We stand adjourned.
All right.